Hello and welcome back for the second upload, and this is for my Sussex supporters. So there are three stories here, so let's get started on the first topic, which is that Archwell will be receiving an award in New York. So the Sussexes are set to be given the award at the event for the Human First Coalition in New York City next week. But it is understood that the couple will not attend in person, but will send a representative from their Archwell Foundation. So Archwell Foundation's Executive Director, James Holt, will be receiving the Partner Organization Award on their behalf at the event next week in New York. So this is after the couple visited the city last month, after Prince Harry was announced as keynote speaker at the UN. So a small tidbit about the event. It will feature traditional Afghan food, music performances, and a bazaar with tickets costing $100 being donated to the organization. So we first learned that the couple had chosen the organization as one of the handful they had decided to donate to on their announcement wishing the world a happy holidays in 2021, alongside a picture of daughter Lilibet Diana for the first time since she was born. And they said this year we welcomed our daughter Lilibet to the world. Archie made us a mama and papa, and Lily made us a family. As we look forward to 2022, we have made donations on your behalf to several organizations that honor and protect families, from those being relocated in Afghanistan to American families in need of paid parental leave. James Holt, the executive director for Archwell Foundation, added, quote, "It is an honor to be recognized by Human First Coalition, whose steadfast work in Afghanistan has played a critical role in delivering much-needed aid and resulted in the successful evacuation and resettlement of thousands globally. We share a commitment to supporting families and veterans and are grateful for their partnership," end quote. So it's wonderful that they will be receiving this award for advocating for Afghan refugees. And of course, Prince Harry, being someone who has served, he knows all about what happens in places where they have conflict breaking out in those nations, and, what it takes to bring stability to those regions and the sacrifice. So it's wonderful to see them being given this award. So as I said again, their executive director, James Holt, will be receiving the award on their behalf. So that's the first story. That's a feel-good one. And so this is the second story of the day. This is from Serena Williams, and she spoke about attending the Sussex's royal wedding in 2018. And she spoke about bringing her signature style to the royal wedding, despite it being a, quote, very long process. The tennis champion looked back at some of her most iconic looks in a Vogue cover story. And in addition to her wedding gown and some of her on-court ensembles, Serena reminisced about her head-to-toe pink look by Versace that she wore for her pal Meghan's wedding to Prince Harry in 2018. "I love this image," she said upon seeing the photo of her and her husband Alexis Ohanian at Windsor Castle. "This is at the royal wedding when my friend Meghan married Harry," she said. After describing her dress, jewels, and fascinator, Williams said, quote, "What's so iconic about this is I was like, royal wedding, I'm definitely wearing braids," end quote. Serena also revealed that she had 2 or 3 stylists braiding her hair, and the process took all night, in quotes. She went on to say, "I was so tired. I was like, I'm going to sleep. So I lie down and then they just keep braiding until the morning and finally finished," she said. She continued, "It was a very long process, but it was so worth it." After complimenting her husband's look, she quipped that he looked a lot younger. And she also said that British style was, quote, definitely different. "Women have to wear fascinators, which are hats. I love that they call them fascinators," she said. So Meghan, who recently celebrated her 41st birthday, and Serena first met at the Super Bowl in 2010 and immediately hit it off. They also appeared together at the 2014 Super Bowl, competing in DirecTV's Celebrity Beach Bowl. They played former NFL pros for the prize, but made sure to make some time for fun on the sidelines. Since then, the Duchess of Sussex and Serena Williams have supported each other, including Meghan watching her friend play at Wimbledon and the US Open. So that's the second note of the day. It's good to see more behind the scenes stories coming out, especially from Meghan's close friends. And I like the fact that Serena, she's always stood up for Meghan, and when there was that onslaught against the Duchess's character, trying to cast aspersions on her, and even some people doubting whether Meghan actually knew Serena, she's always shut that down, and and always been there for Meghan, standing up for her. And it's great to see that Meghan has, in a way, a family in some of the friends that she has, and she's said that time and time again, in Serena, in Priyanka, in some of her friends who have spoken up for her, in Janina Gavankar. They've even gone out of their way, as well as some of her castmates in the shows that she has been in. They've always spoken up for her. So that's another nice story out of the way. And Serena did look gorgeous on that day with her husband Alexis, and so regal, and putting their own interpretation on a British look, if you can say that, for the day, with the fascinators and all that was required of them protocol wise for the wedding. They put their own touch on it, and she does look fantastic. The braids came out amazing, and imagine that she had to stay up all night getting her hair made, and she looked fresh in the morning. So what a nice backstory that was. So happy to share that with you. So now let's move on to the third story of the day. So this is courtesy of Insider, and it's titled, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle aren't destroying the monarchy, they're ensuring its survival. So let's see what this article says. So critics argue that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are trying to destroy the monarchy by speaking out about the issues they faced while working as royals. In reality, though, royal commentators say the couple is making the institution better. Two people who recently condemned the couple are Tom Bower and Piers Morgan. Speaking on the Piers Morgan Uncensored in July, Bower said Prince Harry and Meghan pose a real threat to the royal family, in quotes. And Piers agreed, saying, I think they're destroying a lot of the magic of the monarchy. They are calling the royals a bunch of callous racists and so on, without any hard evidence to support any of these claims, end quote. It's likely that Morgan was referring to the Sussexes' interview with Oprah in March last year, where they said that an unnamed member of the royal family made racist remarks about their son Archie's skin tone before he was born. Harry added that the royal family has never acknowledged some of the tabloid racist coverage of Meghan. After the interview aired, a palace spokesperson said in a statement that the issues raised were taken, quote, very seriously, and they would be addressed by the family privately. Insider spoke to royal insiders who say that the couple is far from destroying the monarchy. The couple is modernizing it, a move that will ultimately ensure its survival, they say. Bower and Morgan have been criticized for their comments about the couple. It is worth noting that both Bower and Morgan have faced backlash for their past coverage of the Sussexes. Tom's book about Meghan, called Revenge, was criticized by some who were featured in it, who said he made inaccurate claims about the Duchess. For example, I covered this year, the journalist Sam Kashner denied Bower's claim that he felt manipulated by Meghan when he interviewed her for Vanity Fair in 2017. As for Morgan, the former Good Morning Britain host resigned from the show last year after receiving complaints about comments he made following the interview. The UK broadcasting company Ofcom said it received more than 41,000 complaints after Morgan said on the show that he didn't believe Meghan's comments about some weighty issues she talked about while she was part of the royal family. Some members of the British public share Bower and Morgan's disapproval of the couple. Royal watchers say that Prince Harry and Meghan aren't destroying the monarchy, they're ensuring its survival. One person who disagrees with Bower and Morgan's comments is Grand Harold, a former butler to Prince Charles. Harold told Insider he worked at the palace from 2004 to 2011, and he personally knew the Duke of Sussex. Harold told Insider, and I quote, "I don't believe for a second that Harry would intentionally try to destroy the monarchy. I wouldn't put it past him to want to modernize it, to make people aware of things that have gone on that are wrong," end quote. Harold said that the palace's HR department will likely use Harry and Meghan's feedback to make the institution better, just like any large company or organization would. He said he speaks from personal experience, as he was always encouraged to raise concerns with the palace's HR department when he worked there. Kristen Meisner, a royal commentator based in the US, argues that Meghan couldn't possibly be attempting to destroy the monarchy. After all, she advocated for humanitarian issues long before she met Harry. She spoke about gender equality at the UN Women's Conference on International Women's Day in 2015, and in 2016 she spoke to Elle about her experiences with racism. Meisner told Insider that the royal family, quote, "skirted around these issues before Meghan joined the royal family, and when they finally did speak about them, it was in the, quote, narrowest sense." Meisner said, such as Prince William tweeting about racist heckling during football matches in 2021. And Prince William was publicly criticized last year when he spoke out about that incident, while simultaneously failing to acknowledge Meghan's experience with racism. Meisner wrote in a tweet at the time, "You have the ability to condemn racism, not just in soccer, but when it is directed at your own family members. Please use that power. It would speak volumes." Meisner told Insider that while it would have been nice if William had publicly supported Meghan, at least he and the royal family are now speaking about these issues such as racism. "Meghan as well as Harry helped bring the monarchy to this point," she said, "and if they survive to the next century, they'll have the Sussexes to thank." Representatives for Buckingham Palace and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex did not respond to the Insider's request for comment. Okay, that could be expected as well. So there goes the third story. So what do you think about the Sussexes, this view that Meghan and Harry are actually modernizing, not destroying the royal family in the UK? And I side with this. You know that ever since Harry and Meghan joined the fold, so to speak, they brought a freshness to it, and people loved their tactile nature, how informal and laid back and warm they were, and instantly, even the press that aren't very pleasant to the Sussexes, they started to notice these stark differences between, the Sussexes and the Cambridges. And, memes were born, yeah? And I never like to, to be super, harsh on the Cambridge couple, but I will say that people did notice straight up. It's not saying that, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are perfect. No one's saying that, but they did bring something fresh to it. And, of course, Meghan, with her background, being a biracial woman and especially being half black, she has a whole world of experience behind her, growing up with her mother predominantly being the one who brought her up, and being able to see what her own mother went through. She spoke out about some of these things that she's gone through, and she even witnessed her mother going through some experiences with racism. And Meghan has never shied away from the fact that she is half black, and she owns it. And she brought that to the royal family, that wealth of knowledge that she had with her in her background. And the fact that they were such a dynamic couple, the royal family in the UK, they do not really know what they have lost, the scope of what they have lost, an ability just for people to feel like, they could connect with them in a way. They talk about the royal family being this institution that is steeped in tradition for hundreds of years, and you have this couple coming in. No one said that they were going to overturn everything in a night, but they did bring a certain freshness. And I think a few commentators in the UK have said that some people saw the popularity that they had, the rising, fame as a threat and they had to be knocked down a peg. And that's quoted from someone who I heard say that. And Meghan and Harry, just think about all the comparisons of how we never used to see certain couples doing certain things, being more tactile, but now things have changed. They hold hands, they rub each other's backs. And which always brings me to the point, when someone else does it, it's okay. When Meghan does it, they come out with those stories about her domineering Harry and all these strange, thoughts on that. And we see a lot of, we've seen a change. No one can deny it. People have said that people are stepping up to the plate more ever since Meghan was there. Fashion choices have changed as well. So let's call a spade a spade. We're not calling the Sussexes, super perfect, but they have left a mark on the royal family that we've seen a lot of the rest following in their footsteps. And it's a fact. It is a fact, people. We've seen some changes that are undeniable, right? And it's cool. We learn from each other. Iron sharpens iron. I'm sure there are some things that Meghan, absorbed as well when she was there. But we cannot deny the Sussex effect on the royal family. And one more thing, I've got to say that we can always remember the Cambridge's trip to the Caribbean nations and how that went. The people did not feel that they could connect with them. They had a lot of experiences there. And we look back that it was always Prince Harry who went there, who had that connection with them. And when Harry and Meghan, would go on some of these tours, when they went to South Africa, if I can use that as an example, or when they went to New Zealand, you could see how the people just warmed up to them. There's just something about the Sussexes, and Meghan, her own background, having, ancestry in Africa, having that, world of experiences with her, it's just different. And there is a way that they connect with people, and people cannot deny that. So guys, let me know your thoughts. Do you think that the monarchy, the HR department, people who are just watching them from within Buckingham Palace, will they take some of the glow of the Sussexes and continue to just let that inform them in the way they interact with each other, in the way they interact with those who work around them? Do you think that they will continue to keep an eye on the Sussexes and we will continue to see more crossover, like more public displays of affection, looking intensely in each other's eyes, smiling at each other? You can tell, you guys, my tongue-in-cheek right here. So do you think they will take anything that the Sussexes did while they were serving as senior working royals and continue to display that as they move forward? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So thank you for watching this. This is a fun one to share with you. Let me know all your thoughts on these 3 stories in the comment section below. Before we log off, of course, always, I like to thank those who support my channel, to my Patreon, PayPal, membership supporters. I would like to say a heartfelt thank you to you. Thank you. I love you so much. And a special shout out right now to you, Connie Balmer. Thank you to you. You've been a long-time supporter of this channel, and I appreciate you. Thank you to you, Diane Hawkins, my first supporter on this channel. I appreciate you so much. And a special thank you to Gary Adderley. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. So once again, share your thoughts on this below. And if you'd like to check out more videos, check for links in the end screen and in the pinned comment. Thank you to those who like, comment, and share. Once again, share your thoughts. I would love to hear them. Have a great day wherever you are, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.